In this beginner's tutorial, I will be showing you how I quickly create minimalist vector clouds using the Shape Builder tool and Boolean operations in Affinity Designer on my iPad. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to get notified about my upcoming mini tutorials. So recently I've been really hooked up on creating those vector houses in Affinity Designer. And you will also see in this illustration that I included a few background elements. Some flowers, some trees, a little sun, and also those clouds. So here I have this illustration that I just nearly finished. It's the beautiful Alexander Nevsky Cathedral from Sofia, Bulgaria. I also have, just for my own reference, outside of the artboard placed all the other cities that I've been working on. They're mainly Polish cities because I come originally from Poland. And here you can also see the clouds that I created. So on one hand I could just select one of those clouds, and using the two fingers on the screen gesture I could just copy it over. But I want to teach you something here, so I'm not gonna do that. I will create my clouds from scratch. And here you can see I have my reference pictures, but for the sake of some clarity, let's head to my references folder and make it invisible so that we can focus better. So we need some clouds for this illustration because I want some nice fillers for my background. And those minimalist vector clouds are perfect because they do not draw your attention away from the main building, but they still add a nice depth to this illustration. I will be showing you my two favorite techniques to create those clouds. We will first start with using Boolean operations, which are accessible from the Move tool. There's an icon in the middle here, it's called Geometry. If you had some elements selected, for example, let's select the elements from the sun, you would see that some options start to show up, and we will be using to create our clouds add and subtract. Add, you will see, is a function that helps us to merge some elements together so that they become one shape instead of a few shapes on separate layers. Now you want to make sure that you have everything deselected, because if you go to change your color, you will see that you will be changing the color of the object that was previously selected. So you can deselect by either tapping outside of your canvas, or you can use the symbol here in the lower left corner, the little X. And now that you have everything deselected, we can flip up to get rid of the fill and use stroke, or we can flip the stroke and only use fill. For the Boolean operations, to see better, I like to use fill only and no stroke. Next, we will be using the rectangle tool. When you click on this menu, you will see a whole range, like a whole list of different shapes. But those vector clouds are so super easy and quick to make. We will be only using the rectangle shape and the ellipse shape. And now we select ellipse, and we will start drawing the top part of our clouds. So it doesn't matter where you are, once you create a shape, a new layer will be created for it. You can play around with the shape of your ellipse. Just wanted to show you a few examples. Can be a little bit longer, can be longer in this ratio over here, the horizontal ratio. Or if you want a perfect circle, you can start drawing and you just put one finger on the screen and it will snap into a perfect circle. Let's select all those layers and kick them out and start anew. So I want to start from one corner of my cloud, the left corner of my cloud, and now I'm creating some other circle shapes, making sure that the cloud has a top part, and also drawing maybe like a longer ellipse over here to finish off my cloud in this on the right side. So this is the top part of my cloud. Now I can deselect, select all those circles together, go to the Move tool, and we will use our first Boolean operation, which is add. And now you will see that this has turned our kind of cloud into one shape. But we're not done yet. We need to cut the bottom of this cloud. To do that, we can go again to the rectangle tool and select rectangle. Deselect everything, and I like to change the color of my rectangle to see things better. And we just need to draw a long rectangle basically. And then I will use the move tool to see how I like the shape of my cloud. So there's a bit of an area missing here. I will be able to fix that in a minute. Before I fix that, I head to this area here. Go to, you can choose rectangle again. Change it into the color of your cloud. Merge it again by using the add function. Okay, now we're talking. And now I can see this cloud much better. So now we will be cutting this rectangle through this cloud shape so that we have this flat base right at the bottom of our cloud. In order to do that, the shape that we want to cut through has to be on top, on the top layer. And the shape that we want to cut through has to be right below it. Then we head back to our geometry, our Boolean operations, and we select subtract. And now we have our first cloud. To retain the shape of this cloud, one finger on your screen. And there it is. So this is the first technique using the Boolean operations. Now I would like to show you my second favorite technique using the shape builder tool, which is located here right under the rectangle tool. So I will again select ellipse, making sure that I have everything deselected. I just check if everything is in place. So I want fill and no stroke. And now I start drawing my circles. Perhaps having a look at this cloud and seeing if I can make something slightly different. Maybe like that. I'm really improvising here. So you can create here as many shapes as you want. You can also move those individual shapes separately if this is easier. For example, this one, I think I would like to make it smaller, make it a little bit more prominent, and I can also fix this one. Okay, let's see how this looks with the rectangle that will be the base of our cloud. So I'm switching to the rectangle shape. And in order to see things better, I will change its color, go to the move tool and see if I like what I see. And now I can head back from the move tool to those individual shapes and adjust it more. Okay, I think that would look nice. So now, having all those shapes selected, I switch to the shape builder tool. I usually stick with line or freehand. We can just keep the line option here. And when you switch between the plus and the minus, you can either add some shapes together or you can get rid of some shapes, you can subtract them. So let's maybe start with the minus. And let's start kicking out this very bottom part of our vector cloud. Ta-da! And now we could have, of course, merged everything using Boolean operations. Sometimes this is faster, but let's keep learning about the shape builder tool. Switch to the plus symbol. And let's start adding those shapes together so that they form our vector cloud. And that's another vector cloud that we can use for our illustration. So let's put those onto our background and let's change their color to something more neutral. And now my illustration is complete. This is how you can create easy minimalist vector clouds. I will see you in my next mini tutorial, so make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss it. You can also leave a comment, for example, clouds below, so that I know that you watched the video till the end and you enjoyed this mini lesson. Happy vectorizing!